JD Vance wants to talk about diplomacy. Diplomacy is not airing out your opinions of each other, like between Trump and Vance and Zelensky. It's not having this discussion before you come to an agreement. Diplomacy would have been them meeting in private first, hammering out all of their issues, getting whatever deal they wanted to get signed, and then afterwards come out of that meeting and say, we discussed things, the deal is done. But that's not how Donald Trump does things. We all know this. And because we remember, during the Biden administration, there were many people that were upset with Biden because he would do things diplomatically instead of doing it out in the open, because we had 4 years of Donald Trump who just aired his feelings about everything and did the debate live in front of everybody instead of talking behind the scenes, having the negotiations done, getting a deal worked out without making it all drama related, and then getting things done for the American people. For example, the whole train worker situation, the rail worker situation, where the rail workers wanted to go on strike after we were coming out of COVID, coming out of lockdowns or whatever. The rail workers wanted to go on strike because they wanted better benefits, including better sick pay. They were able to get most of what they wanted, except they couldn't get the sick leave done. But Biden needed the workers to get back to work, so he urged Congress to get that done. He put the rail workers back to work without the sick leave deal. And tons of people on the left were all just angry because he didn't do these things out in the public, I guess, and you know, that he wasn't doing enough. He didn't give the workers what they needed. But in reality, President Biden was being diplomatic. President Biden was being professional. He, behind the scenes, made sure that that sick leave deal got done, and then at some point later announced that it was done. So everybody's like, oh, Biden was working for and caring about the working man. He just also needed to care about the other things going on with his country, and he managed to get both things done. He didn't sit there and berate the people who wouldn't give them the sick pay, or berate the people for striking for having the sick pay. No. He got the job done, and he didn't make a big drama about it. He didn't make a big stink about it. Just like with Israel, a lot of people were criticizing Biden for not more outwardly talking negatively about Netanyahu with his actions when it came to the response to October 7th. When in reality, it came out later that he was actually working to try and negotiate a deal with them behind the scenes. Because you don't do these things out in public, especially when it comes to international politics. You don't want to handle this all out in the open. You want to basically have the diplomatic discussions and work out your differences, get those arguments out behind closed doors, come to a resolution, and then come out with a joint show of, appreciation for each other, that the fact that you made compromises and here you go, and then you'd be done with it. But no, Donald Trump is making this whole thing dramatic. He's the one who's orchestrating all of this stuff to do the negotiations in public first before getting a deal done, which was a poison pill. Donald Trump and JD Vance put the poison pill here. So they want to go ahead and criticize President Biden for how he handled Putin. President Biden would have handled this much better than Trump, and he wouldn't have been a national and international embarrassment to this country like Trump and Vance were today. Anyway, let's go on to continue talking about the video. If you're watching this clip, go back to the live stream and you'll have my full analysis there.